Hey, Clarissa, thank you so much for taking the time to come. Before we get started with this, could you give me a brief introduction about yourself and your trading background before joining the program?
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm a bit nervous speaking in English, but I'm really happy to be here. My name is Clarissa. I'm from Argentina. I started trading back in 2021. At the beginning, like many people, I come into trading with a lot of curiosity and motivation, but without a real process. I tried many different things, signal channels, courses, and YouTube content, and different strategies and styles. Some worked for a short period of time, and some didn't work at all. And there were moments where I made good money, and I remember thinking, okay, maybe this is it. But very quickly, those gains disappeared because I didn't understand risk management, position sizing, or my own emotions. So if I look at the stage honestly, I will say short terms wins, long term net losses, and a lot of emotional ups and downs.
Okay, fantastic introduction, very concise. So you tried lots of stuff and they didn't work out. You said you had some issues with risk management, position sizing, emotions. Why did those not get solved when you did courses, YouTube videos? What was missing?
I lost first of all, I lost around $20,000 trading, and that was very painful emotionally and mentally. And then over time, I managed to recover and make about $30,000 back. And I remember thinking, okay, I know finally figured it out, but the truth is I hadn't, because of overconfidence and mainly over leveraging. I ended up losing it all again. And that moment really broke me, not just financially, but emotionally. I realized that the problem wasn't my ability to find trades, and it was risk management, position sizing, and my relationship with emotions. Um, if I don't fix, I remember I think if I don't fix my process or my psychology, this cycle will never end. And that was a huge reason why I knew I couldn't continue alone anymore.
So you couldn't continue alone, but you did try some things. You said you tried courses, right?
Yes, of course, but no
Why didn't
one
they
worked.
work?
No,
Why?
no, no. No, because the courses didn't show me how I can control my emotions or my risk management,
Mm-hmm.
where I have to take profits, or where I can get past my stop loss. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
They
That is no work for me.
they give you lots of theory, but they don't show you how to take that and actually trade with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you find the mentorship as you were going through these programs and stuff?
Yes, I first discovered you on Twitter. I started
Mm-hmm.
reading your posts, watching your videos, and consuming the material and you were sharing. And what really stood out to me was that it was very different from most of the
Mm-hmm.
content out there. No hype, no promises, no this will go to the moon. And it was very private, very honest. And I followed the content for quite some time before joining, because honestly, I had doubts. And I thought, I don't know, this is fake, this is a scam. But, and one of my biggest doubts was the language barrier. English is not my native language, and I was afraid that maybe the program wouldn't work for me because of that. But at some point, I realized that continuing alone was costing me more time, more money, and more emotional energy.
Well, you were speaking fantastically, so the barrier is definitely been broken down. You're crushing it.
Thank
So you found my content. It was different, and you liked it for that reason. There was less going to the moon, but you still had to follow me for a while before you were confident. Was there anything in particular that made you decide, I'm actually willing to spend this much money to learn from this person?
Yes, because I start understanding that trading is not about predicting. Nobody knows what the market will do. What you helped me build was clear rules, clear condition, and a clear plan for what I do when certain things happen. And instead of asking where price will go, I now ask if price does it, what is my action? And another huge shift was the emotional side. And this program is not only technical, it's integral. And you really understand that to be a good trader, you also need to be okay emotionally. There were moments where I felt very low, very frustrated, but I never felt alone in the process. I always felt encouraged to continue and remind that this is part of the journey.
We make sure people have that support on the program, so they have someone who's done it before guide them through anytime they waver emotionally, because like you've seen on the program, the strategy isn't the hardest bit. Like the rules you can set up, then you just trade, get the data, trade. It's the emotion to actually stick to it, the emotional discipline there that really separates people. So you joined the program. How has it gone? How's your trading going right now?
Yes, no, my trading looks very different. I trade less, but with much more intention. I spend more time studying market conditions, higher time frames, and how price approaches key levels. And I reduced my number of trades, focused on quality, and spend time reviewing other students' trades and adding more objectivity to my own analysis. And I also built my own template, unifying all the criteria I need before executing a trade, and this gave me clarity and confidence.
And is your strategy profitable?
Yes, it's profitable.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you think? Could you give examples of like a practical lesson you've learned from the program that you didn't have before that's made your trading profitable now? Any that you think is important and would help someone listening to this right now?
Okay, one big shift for me is that I no longer feel the need to trade every single day. And now, if I see good volatility and clean charts that clearly match my rules, I trade. If not, I simply don't trade. And I'm okay with that. Not trading is also a decision that alone removed a lot of pressure and anxiety from my trading.
Okay, Clarissa, could you also give me an example? So that's a technical thing you have now. You know when you can turn up and trade, when you don't. What's a psychological thing that you have? What did you learn that's really helped your psychology when trading?
One important thing for me is that after experiencing heavy emotional pain from losses in the past, I decided to slow down. Now I focus on protecting my mindset, respecting my rule, and increasing size only when confidence is there. Even if my net PL is not perfect, yes, I feel something much more important, control and stability. Losses don't destroy me anymore. They are just information.
Okay. That makes sense. So you have a different relationship with losses now.
Yeah, having a structure gave me emotional relief. When it's just you, it's easy to lie to yourself. And when someone else reviews your trade, everything changes.
So has that been really helpful, having someone else just reviewing every single trade you do?
Yeah. It's very important.
Nice. Well, what is your next big goal for your trading?
Right now, my focus is continuing to refine my executing and improving structure analysis, making key levels more precisely, and scaling risk slowly and responsibility. I don't feel rushed anymore. I trust the process I'm building.
Amazing. Clarissa, if someone's listening to this right now and they don't know if they should join or not join, take the next steps, what would you tell them?
Oh, and if someone is unsure about joining the program, I would say this. Yes, absolutely. But and this is not magic. And this is it's not a shortcut. And you have to put in the work. But you are not alone. And you are guided, supported, challenged, and held accountable. And that makes a huge difference. And zero complexity trading doesn't try to turn you into someone else. It helps you build your own process and in a realistic and sustainable way.
Clarissa, thank you so much for transparency and taking the time. I'm sure we'll be chatting again soon. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Koroush.